Hey guys, it's Steven from Pacing Racing, and in today's video we're going to discuss the importance of a true bike fit and 5 reasons why you guys should be considering getting one. But before we get into a true bike fit, let's first get you set up on a bike that would fit you. And so by showing this chart here in advance, we'll show you how you can get yourself a basic bike fit, buy the bike that you want, and then once you're sure this is the bike you need, then we can look at getting a true bike fit. Okay, so based off this rough estimate chart, you can determine what frame size you'll need. And ideally, if you're buying a bike for triathlons, I would recommend either a road bike or a tri bike instead of a mountain bike. However, if you plan on using the bike on trails or side roads, then you may have to sacrifice some speed and efficiency that comes with a road bike for more of a suspension that's on a mountain bike. Now, please be aware, this is only a basic way of sizing yourself for a bike, and this is fine for the average rider, but once you have a bike that you plan on keeping for a while, and you plan to put some high kilometers and use it in some long races, then you should be looking at getting into a bike shop and having a true bike fit done. And again, this true bike fit will cost approximately $250 to $350 and take quite a few hours. And I know it's expensive when you're first getting into triathlons, but I think it's more important than most believe. So if you're wondering what you'll find in a true bike fit, it will include the following. So they'll start off by taking measurements of your current bike positioning and then ask you a series of questions on your activity levels, discomforts or pains during riding, how much riding you do each week and at what speeds or distances, and what other physical activities do you do, and most importantly, do you feel numbness when sitting on the saddle, where does the weight feel most distributed, any history of injuries, and that sort of thing. And then once they determine the sort of background history in you, they perform a basic flexibility assessment to determine your natural angle of your sacral spine so that we can determine if you need to adjust the saddle positioning. So they will also look at the degree of your ankling, and they will assess this by checking your feet out for any arch drop by measuring your navicular bone when you're sitting and then compare it to when you're standing to see if your arch drops when weight is applied. And this is to see if you may need added foot support. Max extension angle is where they assess your pelvic mobility and flexibility of the hamstrings to determine comfortable ride angles. They can also assess quadricep flexibility, hip mobility, calf length and strength, glute strength, and core strength. These give great indication to riding styles and positions that are ideal for your body. So to determine knee tracking, they will record footage of you biking at various efforts using body stickers to analyze your knee tracking angles. This will identify any erratic outward or inward movement of your knees on pedal rotation. They can also take this information from their analysis and tweak their position on the bike accordingly as they watch you ride on the static trainer. Once they're satisfied, they apply it to your bike and fine-tune it accordingly. Once you have a bike that fits, be sure to take it out on some casual rides and get used to it. If it's winter, I recommend an indoor smart trainer. Now you can click the card above to watch my video on Zwift and the indoor bike trainer tutorial, where you can learn how to set up an indoor bike trainer and use it with the Zwift program. Okay, so reason number 1 is reducing the risk of injury. And this comes straight from Triathlon Ontario, because they're saying that triathletes spend approximately 50% of their time training on the bike itself. So if you have an improper saddle position or cleat positioning is incorrect, then that could lead to many injuries such as IT band problems. And many triathletes who have IT band problems often associate that for running, and because it's not really well known that an improper position on the bike would do damage to the IT band or cause problems. So not only just dealing with IT band problems, we got to think of if we have stiff neck, back, shoulders, anything like that on the bike. That is not a normal thing to experience on a bike. So if you're feeling any of those, let's sort of mitigate the risk associated to injuries by getting this bike fit. So reason number 2 is posturing. And if you have improper posture on the bike, that's going to lead to a poor run performance. And I can say this firsthand because I did a 40K Olympic distance bike, and then by the time I got off that, and this is when I just bought this bike, I didn't get a proper bike fit. I had a basic bike fit and the frame fit me, but without understanding that the aero bars were too far forward, my saddle was too low, things like that led to a terrible shoulder, neck, and back pain on the bike, and that was only 40 kilometers, and I was definitely used to that distance by that point, so it came down to posture. And coming off that bike, I went into a run and had a terrible run because of it. Now, if you're thinking about things to improve your overall performance, I think a bike fit will help because you're going to come off the bike more fresh and going to run more fresh and ultimately have a better run time. So number 3 is aerodynamics. And I think this is highly misunderstood of the importance of aerodynamics in cycling for triathlons, because the whole point of aerodynamic and being aerodynamic on your bike is to reduce the amount of effort that you're exerting on the bike so that you have more energy for the run. But you're still going the same speed as you would if you were putting the same amount of effort out. And by doing this, we're cutting through the wind a lot easier, so we have less resistance on us, and overall will mean we're gonna go faster with less effort. So having improper posture on the bike and putting ourselves in a better, more tucked, narrow position, I think overall will help our times as well as not burning ourselves out again for the run. Reason number 4 is the cost versus improvements you'll get out of it compared to other products that you might buy, like a helmet or shoes or tires. Now, if you look at the cost, $300 is still $300, but it is relatively inexpensive compared to the improvements you'll find right away on your bike performance. And lastly, reason number 5 is tapping into your full potential. And by doing this, you're able to put all your power through your hips into the pedals with correct posture, you're staying aerodynamic, you're reducing the risk of injury, and overall, you're just giving your best performance because your bike is allowing you to do so, and that your body is not going to pay for it in the run. Okay guys, so I hope that helped. And of course, it's a bit daunting at first to want to put the money out for a bike fit. I was the same way. And going forward, it's up to you ultimately what you decide to do. If you're gonna be putting high kilometers in, and I think it's a bike that you're gonna be keeping for a long time, I think it's a worthwhile investment for you to do so. I think it'll save on injuries, I think it'll increase your speed, and I think overall you'll be more satisfied in the end. So thanks again for watching, guys. Again, if you want to please subscribe, like, comment on this YouTube channel. Let me know what you think of it, and let me know if you guys have had any bike fits and what your experiences were on these bike fits. Now, again, I'm gonna offer this to you guys listening now. There's a book on Amazon we just published. We're super excited about it. It is the Ironman 70.3 Triathlon Guidebook. So if any of you guys are considering doing a 70.3, then by all means, check it out on Amazon. Or if you guys want, because we're offering this to all of our video watchers, if you join our emailing list, which the link will be in the description below, then you will get a free copy, a PDF download of this Ironman 70.3 Triathlon Guidebook today. So again, if you guys want, take a few seconds, sign up. It just requires your name and email address, and you're good to go. Other than that, guys, thanks again so much for watching. See you next time.